Up until now, we've paid tribute and we've talked about how fear was introduced. This episode is about what happened next. This is the moment when people were no longer deciding how to live, they were deciding how to survive. People didn't leave because they wanted to, they left because staying meant danger. Families packed whatever they could carry, not knowing if they would come back, not knowing where they were going, and honestly, not knowing who they would lose along the way. Leaving wasn't planned, it was forced. Trains became escape routes and roads became lifelines. Movement replaced stability and home stopped being a place and became something you just remembered. For so many families, this was the moment everything familiar disappeared. When I think about what happened next, the word that keeps coming back to me is uprooted. Think about a tree that's grown in one place for generations. Its roots deep in soil, used to certain climate, certain seasons, and certain rhythms. Now imagine that tree being pulled out suddenly. Not trimmed or gently removed, but uprooted. And then planted somewhere else, where the soil is different, the weather isn't the same, and the sun hits it differently. The tree might survive, it might even grow, but it doesn't grow the same way. That doesn't make the tree weak. It means it had to change in order to live. People arrived in places meant to be temporary. Camps, shelters, crowded spaces. They told themselves that this would pass, that life would resume. But for many, this wasn't just a pause, it was a permanent shift in their lives. They weren't just relocated, they were replanted. In my family, this displacement didn't just change geography, it changed nervous systems. Safety became so fragile and control became important. Silence became normal. These weren't personality traits, they were survival responses. When people are forced to leave everything behind, they don't just lose homes, they lose a sense of permanence. And when permanence is lost, fear becomes something you live with even long after the danger is gone. And when we look at the next generations and see rigidity, overprotection, or silence, we're not looking at broken people. We're looking at people who grew in unfamiliar soil. This episode isn't about blaming the past. It's about understanding how forced displacement reshapes families long after the borders are drawn.